Hi everyone, I'm Max from Postcard Mania, and this is the PCM Integrations How-To series. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to use Zapier to enable automated direct mail marketing within Zoho. What this means is by the end of this video, you'll know how to set up custom triggers in Zapier that will integrate Postcard Mania's direct mail services directly with your Zoho CRM. So imagine you enter a new lead into Zoho and boom, you've already made contact and a postcard is on its way. To start, you're going to want to make sure you have 3 tabs open, including Zapier, and here's the dashboard for that. Of course, your Zoho CRM logged in and ready to go. And then your direct mail API portal. If you haven't set up your account yet, there'll be a link in the description to the how-to setup video from this series. But moving from there, the first step is going to be to click over back to the Zapier dashboard. And then you'll want to scroll to the left and click on the orange button, Create Zap. Which brings us to the Zap creation page. This shows the 2-step process for creating a Zap or linking 2 systems together. And so first is the trigger, which is an event that occurs within, in this case, Zoho, that will then initiate a second step, which is in this case, the sending of a postcard by Postcard Mania. So you're going to want to click on that trigger, step 1, which will bring up a search bar. And once there, you're going to want to type in Zoho and click on right there, Zoho CRM. This brings us to the app and event section of part 1. You're going to want to click right here on the right on event, and you'll see these are the possible events Zoho allows you to select to initiate the trigger in Zapier. And so there's new contact or new lead or new module entry, new or updated contact, new or updated lead, right? This adds the updated function. So if the address changes, that would also initiate an event. There's more here as well. There's new user, new updated module entry, or only an updated module entry. But for the purposes of this video, and I explained this a little bit before, I'm going to scroll back up and select new lead. What this will do will allow Zoho to send a trigger to Postcard Mania via Zapier anytime you enter a new lead in your CRM. So now that that's clicked, you'll want to hit continue, which will then bring you to this account page. You're going to want to sign in to your Zoho CRM. You'll click there, it'll open a new tab. You'll specify your CRM domain. In my case, it's .com, and then click Yes, continue to Zoho CRM. This will take you to an access page. You'll have to accept access, giving Zapier access to Zoho. And once you do that, you should see that your Zoho account is linked to Zapier. You can see that in the top right, and then you'll hit continue, which will bring you to this page where Zapier is asking to test this connection or test this trigger. So you'll want to click Test Trigger, and this will bring up some test leads from your CRM. So as you can see here, there's lead C, lead B, lead A, and you can scroll down and see all the information that Zapier is able to pull from Zoho, some of which you will not need, but importantly, the address of the lead is here, which you will need to send a postcard. Once you find one you like, click Continue with Selected Record. And that'll bring us to the second step search bar. This is going to be searching for Postcard Mania. So you'll want to type that in. Once you find it there, you'll see on the right, there's a similar event drop down. You'll click on that, click Send a Postcard, which is the only option, and then hit Continue, which will bring us to this account section. And this is where you're going to sign in to your PCM Integrations API. So you click sign in and then it brings you here. So you'll type in your username and your password. Once you've done that, you'll see that the third option is for an API key, and this is required. So to find this, you'll go up to Direct Mail Portal, scroll down to the left to Settings, API Keys. This brings you to this page, which has 2 different API keys, the production key and the sandbox key. The production key is the key you would use for actually setting up a live Zap that would send orders to be fulfilled by Postcard Mania. Since we're testing, we'll use the sandbox key, and I'd recommend you copy that. And once that's copied, you'll want to scroll back up to the Connect an Account Zapier tab, and then paste that into the API key input, and then click Yes, continue to Postcard Mania. Once that loads in, you'll see that tab goes away. You'll go back up to the Zapier tab, and you'll see on the right that you are connected to the Postcard Mania API. You'll then hit Continue. From there, you're going to want to choose a design ID. This is going to require us to go back to the Direct Mail API, scroll down to the left, and click on Postcards under Designs. This page shows you the different design templates we offer, from 4x6 to 6x11 to 6x9. I'm going to select the 6x11 for this video with its corresponding design ID and click on Details on the right. This brings me to this Design Details page. You'll see the design ID highlighted in the top left, as well as all of the variables that go into making this design template, including the back card and front card, which are images that you'll be submitting the links for, as well as the return address fields, which are not required on this postcard, but you can include to pull a return address from Zoho if you need. This page gives you pretty much all the information you need about all of these designs. And so I am going to have you remember the design ID 2214 and then head back to our Zapier tab. You'll then click on the design ID dropdown and find 2214. Once you do, you'll select it here, which will then bring up all of these variables that you'll then go to select to pull data from Zoho into Postcard Mania's API. So for starters, you can click here on Mail Class. You can select either First Class or Standard. I'll select First Class, which will then allow you to start linking your lead data to Postcard Mania's API. So you can click First Name and find First Name here from Zoho. Close that. Same for Last Name. You'll find it here, and so on. So we're going to link all this data. We'll scroll down for the address. So you see it, it's called Street in Zoho. We'll click it. I'm going to skip address 2 and search for the city. That's here. Same for state. There it is. And then also zip code. And there we go. Then you'll scroll down to customer data, which is where you'll be copying in the image URLs for the front and back card of the postcards that you'll be sending to your new leads. So you see here, I'm copying in quickly just an Amazon link to a postcard for back card. And then I will skip the return address and do the same for the front card. And once you have all that information selected, you can hit continue, which will then take you to the test lead that we are using here. So you'll see all the information that I pulled from Zoho and that I pasted in, which we can now test by clicking Test Action. And after that test runs through, you'll see the response from Postcard Mania's API. One successful order, you get a batch ID and an order ID. These are the numbers our platform uses to process your direct mail. And once you're done, you can go down and hit Publish. And voila, your Zap is published, which means you've seamlessly integrated Postcard Mania's direct mail API with Zoho. But before we wrap up, there's still a few more things we have to do. So you'll want to scroll back up to the top left, hit the back button. From here, you'll see your Zap, and we're going to rename it by clicking on the right and clicking Rename. So I'm going to call it something like Zoho New Lead Postcard. And so now I'm going to have us really test it. So you're going to want to scroll up to the tabs and click on your Zoho CRM. Then you're going to click on Leads on the left. Here are our leads. We're going to go to the right and click Create Lead. And this is where you're going to type in your new lead. So I'm typing in Postcard Mania, then my last name. I'm going to scroll down, paste in Postcard Mania's address and type in the rest, which, now that we've set up Zapier, should trigger the sending of a postcard. So once all that information is there, I'm going to hit Save. So this is our new lead. And you can scroll down and see that this includes our address information. So now that this lead looks good, we're going to go back to Zapier. We're going to click Zap History. And having created that new lead, you'll see that one zap has run. So to verify this, I'm going to have us go click on the direct mail portal. When you're in the API, you'll scroll to the left and click on Orders. Once these loads in, you'll see that the top of these orders, here it is. So this is the zap that we just ran with our design, which was created when we created the lead in Zoho. This means that there is currently an automated process that integrates your Zoho CRM with Postcard Mania's direct mail API. That's all I have for you today. I hope this was helpful. If you still have questions, feel free to go to PCMintegrations.com, which is a really helpful resource, or just give us a call at Postcard Mania. We're happy to walk you through different aspects of the integration process and let you know what you need to do to make sure that your integration is running seamlessly. But for now, goodbye, more soon.